Hi there, Martha Masharia here. I pray that you are well. I actually want to tell you a story that has very little to do with what I'm going to talk about. So, if you hear any noise, my children are in the house, so I want to apologize before, yeah, I want to apologize in case you hear any noise. But anyway, I want to tell you a story. So one of the things that normally I have to get out of my comfort zone is wearing makeup. I don't find it fun. I just have problems with it. I don't enjoy it. But sometimes I have to do it. So getting out of a comfort zone is very important, but it depends on what also it is that you're dealing with. So and as I teach what I'm going to teach, remember that sometimes you do need to get out of a comfort zone or something you're used to doing just to try something else. Now, my topic for today is how you were brought up or how love was modeled to you by your parents can actually cause issues in marriage, and you'll be very surprised how and why. So children learn what love looks like from their parents. So not only as a couple are you nourishing your marriage, but or you're nurturing your relationship, but also you are modeling a powerful example to your children. And now that becomes it becomes the blueprint for them. So this is what they think love is. So I'll give you a couple of examples of what I have found in different places, different homes. In affectionate interaction, this is where couples hug, hold hands, kiss on the cheek, or share a warm glance. This is the message children get. Love is safe, affectionate. That's what they get. In kind words and tone, and you model kind words and tone, meaning you're gentle, you have gratitude, you give encouragement to your spouse. Children learn that love is respectful and building people up. So building each other up, that's what they get. In unity and teamwork, when you make decisions together, support one another, and present a united front, especially in parenting, because if you have children, you know that they can play both of you. What children understand is love means partnership, cooperation, and mutual respect. When you apologize and forgive as a couple, when you say, I'm sorry, extend grace, and reconcile after conflict, and even when you tell your children you're sorry, this is what they understand. Love includes humility, forgiveness, and second chances. For some of you who you have such a big ego that you cannot ever say sorry, just know you're passing on something to your children. Serving one another, acts of service. When couples, maybe make coffee for each other, share chores, run errands, or simply ask, how can I help you? Children learn love is expressed through action and selflessness. When you enjoy each other, for example, laugh together, share inside jokes, go on dates, or just enjoy each other's company, watch a movie together, what kids learn is love is joyful, fun, and worth prioritizing. When you pray together or for one another, it shows it shows spiritual unity. What kids learn is God is part of love, and faith strengthens relationship. When you speak well of each other, like if you compliment each other in front of them, or you speak well of each other even when your spouse is not present, your children learn love honors and protects even when someone isn't in the room. That's what children learn. So where you grew up, you learned love differently. So when you come together, the reason you can easily have an issue is when maybe somebody learned how to love is by doing acts of service, and then someone else learned how to love is the kisses and the what and holding hands. but then your spouse doesn't hold your hand, and you're thinking, oh, they don't love me, because that's the way love registers in your mind. So you kind of have to look for what you have to look at, to learn each other. How was love expressed when you are growing up for each other? And then also you need to look out. Like, I'll give you an example. So my husband and I are very different on how we express love for each other. Him is big on acts of service. Me, when he enters the door, I overwhelm him. I kissed him 3-4 times on his face, and he's just overwhelmed. He's like, I need to go and change. Like, that's too much for him. But him, the way he would show love is, as I said, acts of service. I remember when because I can't walk outside because of allergies. I'm the kind of person, when grass is wet, I'll start sneezing. So what I started doing was walking inside the house. And so when I did that several times, what he went and did was he looked for a treadmill and actually bought me a treadmill. So now I walk many times on the treadmill. I still walk once in a while around the house, but I walk on the treadmill, and that demonstrated love to me. So you can have issues, or when you don't understand how each of you expresses love, you can actually not be able to flourish, because in your mind you can think that person doesn't love me. And for sure they do. It's only that it's how they express. I remember somebody was giving a story about their life, and one of the things they said is the way their dad expressed love was the way he knew how to. Okay, so working hard, taking them to the best schools, looking for jobs for them. To him, that was expressing love. But to them, they were like, men, you don't talk with us, you don't spend time with us. That's not the way he knew. He knew, because of how he was brought up. Loving your children means, or loving your family means, working hard, making sure they eat, making sure they go to the best schools, making sure you can provide for your wife, all that stuff. That's what he learned. So it is very important for you to know how you grew up, how love was expressed in each of your homes now. And then you'll start seeing and understanding, oh, that person loves me. This is why but this is the way they express it. Now, comfort zone. Remember I talked about comfort zone? Sometimes it is good to actually get just a little bit out of your comfort zone, or the way you used to expressing love. Like, let's say your wife loves flowers, but that's not the way you know how to express it. Once in a while, go and get those flowers, okay? Or your husband likes acts of service, but that's not the way you express it, because you jump up and down and kiss him all over his face. But he may understand acts of service. Getting out of your comfort zone, it's a good thing. I'm not saying you always do that, but it's a good thing, so that your children also learn different ways of expressing love to others. Okay, so that is what I was going to talk about today. How love is modeled to you. If you don't understand each other and how you grew up and how love was modeled in your home, you can actually have problems, and yet there is no problem. There is no issue. The person loves you. It's just that they express it differently from how you express it. Okay, by the way, I recognize that I did not quite introduce myself right there at the beginning, so I'll just say who I am. I'm Martha Masharia. I'm a visionary of Woman Transformed, a ministry that encourages women to become who God created them to be. I do believe totally that every woman, if given an opportunity, can become who God called them to be, or who God created them to be. And they can impact generations, not just one, but generations. I totally believe that. You might wonder what I mean by generations. Well, if you impact your children and they go impact other children in their schools, guess what? You are already impacting generations, just because of that 2 or 3 or even 4 children who are impacted by your own children, because you have impacted your children positively. Not negatively, positively. Okay, I am an author, and I'm also recording my first song, so That is super exciting. All right, I know I kind of went, it's because I wasn't sure that I'd be able to do this video, but I hope that you get something from it. I'm very big on marriage, and I do believe marriages flourish. I do. And I also believe the enemy fights hard for marriages to break. So this is why I'm doing this, because I'm a believer that marriages flourish. So until next time, thank you for taking your time to listen to me, and God bless you. Bye for now.